Greetings one and all, and welcome back to the Awaken to Ascend YouTube channel. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I want to share some art with you, some art that I've been doing. I kind of fell out of doing art for a while. I was putting my creativity into other people, other things, but I've had this opportunity now to really reinvest in myself and put that creativity back into myself, and it's coming out through art is one of the ways. And I'm really excited to share these watercolors with you. I chose watercolor because it's such a great medium. So I'm going to share my art with you and see what you guys think. Let's see here. So I got two kinds of artworks here. The first kind is just random art things that I made, but the other kind is I'm working on the Tarot Major Arcana, and I have my own interpretation of the Major Arcana, so I'm going to share that with you second. But let's just look at these pieces and see what you think. Here's the first one. Yeah, this one I like the use of color in the sky. I like to do wet on wet for the skies, and I'll just mess with colors, and that's what happened here. I used some a pen for the line work on the palm trees, and I don't know, it just came out pretty well. I thought it looked like Miami or Florida someplace, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anywhere. Okay, now let's look at this one. I don't know if this is going to come through in the video, but a lot of these artworks have sparkles in them. They got little little confettis in the paint. I thought that was pretty cool. So I kind of used that. The pink parts have glitter, I guess is the best way to call it. But yeah, this is a little forest, a little magic forest. I like to share these on Instagram. Here we go. This is the blood moon. I made this on the night of the blood moon. I didn't get to see the blood moon because it was cloudy that day, but this is the closest I got to it. So I figured, that's close enough. But yeah, you can see the sparkles in that one, the glitter, the confetti all up in there. So what I was starting to say is I'm sharing these on Instagram, and if you go follow me on Light of Riga, at Light of Riga, you can see these. And also, I like to write about them. Like, I'm talking about them here today, but I like to write about how these artworks make me feel. So definitely go follow me on that, because you get a little description here. I love mushrooms. I feel like I've been a mushroom in a past incarnation. So mushrooms are fun to draw, I think. This one is the Eye of Jupiter. This is a really cool one too. That's a storm with 250 mile an hour winds. It's been raging for 200 years. And I thought that storm is really cool. It's just really cool that that's what we know of Jupiter, right? But it's not permanent. Like, that eye is gonna go away someday once that storm finishes raging. So that's an interesting thing to think about. Here are some hummingbirds. This is the view from my living room window out on the homestead in Arizona. I'd wake up every morning about 5 o'clock and watch these guys during the summer. They'd just go nuts for the nectar. They'd have I don't know if they were mating, so they needed energy. So there's hundreds of, not hundreds, there's like maybe 20 or 30 of them just flying all crazy near the feeder. And so, that was a beautiful memory for me to take with me. And so I wanted to paint that. These are just some trees. I'm a sucker for color. I love colors. And watercolors really enable me to do that. Watercolors is a fantastic medium because it's inexpensive. For 30 bucks, you get all set up. You don't need any special brushes, really. You just need some creativity, and you're off and running. With other art forms, the cost of entry is kind of high. But with watercolors, it's very affordable. Here's another magic crystal forest with all the sprinkles and sparkles in tow, at least on the ground. Yeah, what I've been doing with these is I've been taking images that I've taken or images from the internet, and I've been kind of tweaking them and making them my own. So that's how I'm getting the inspiration for these particular artworks. Here's another forest, a little magic forest here. Yeah, that one's beautiful, I thought. I love the little mushrooms in there and the uses of color. It's so fun to do watercolors. But it doesn't have to be all color. Some of it can be doom and gloom. Here's a swamp. I got caught in a swamp. Yeah, so this one I was just using the blacks, different shades of black. I mean, I got a little color, a little gold in there here and there, but yeah, this one is from a Magic the Gathering artwork, and you know, you got to tweak them. You can't just copy them. At least I can. There's some people who are doing watercolors who are super realistic, like my cousin here. This is one that he did. I gave him a photo I took of some jellyfish from the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and he did this in 10 minutes. He's a professional artist, as you can tell. So he was really showing me some stuff here, how to do it, how to play with the negative space and how to less is more. So he gave me this. He let me keep it so I could study it, and that's what I've been doing. That was very cool. All right, let's get into the tarot stuff. I mean, these aren't in order. So basically what I've been doing is I've been interpreting each major arcana in my own special way. I'm not saying I'm going to make a deck out of it, but maybe it's a possibility. Who knows? Let's look at the Fool card. This is the Fool. So with this, you know, I wanted to have this guy taking a leap of faith. We got the Arizona mountains. It could be Utah, I guess, but they're mountains in the background, and he's jumping from ledge to ledge. And this vulture, turkey vulture above him is like, I don't know if you're going to make it, dude. I just don't know. But if you don't, I'm rooting for you. I hope you make it. But if you don't, I'll be right there to pick up the pieces. So I kind of had some fun with the Fool there. It's just, you know, taking a leap of faith and hoping for the best. And you're probably not going to make it. At least that's what the ego says. But, you know, whatever. Who cares? What's after the Fool? Is it the Magician? I didn't do all of them. I just have a handful. I'm still working on it, but here's the Magician. This guy's creating his own magic, right? He's got a Saturday night fever vibe going to him, and he's just the life of the party. No one knows where he's going to end up at the end of the night, but he's going to make magic as he does it. So I wanted to use some interesting cotton candy type colors for this one. I think it came out pretty good. It's just showing the magic, right? The magic's everywhere. It's in the lightning. It's in your fingertips. It's in the plants around you. There's magic everywhere. You just got to be able to tap into it. That's kind of the feeling I was trying to invoke in that one. All right, what else we got here? What's number 3? The High Priestess, number 2 or 3. I don't know. I'm skipping around, I guess. I forget the numbers. This is the High Priestess. This one, you know, is kind of plain compared to the others, but it does get the point across. She's got a crystal ball in one hand. She's got her scrolls in the other. But I generally wanted to give the feeling of like, this is not Earth, right? When you go inwards, you're going into a whole new place. It might be Earth energetically, but you're not physically on Earth anymore. And so that's where she's at, right? She's gone inwards, and she is in a whole different realm, even though it might seem like this realm. Let's talk about the Empress. Where's the Empress? Let's find it. Hold on, give me a second. There's the Empress. Abundance, right? This Empress is on her homestead, and she's growing food. She's growing a baby. She's growing life in every way that she can. She's growing solar. And this is just, when I think of pure abundance, I think of living off the land, being self-sustaining, not needing the help of other people, but also accepting it, right? She couldn't have set up this homestead by herself. No way. She needed the help of other people. And that's what abundance is calling in your help and showing gratitude for it. Here's the Emperor. I had a different take on the Emperor here. This Emperor, he's somewhere in this procession, right? Maybe in that little cart there, but like he's in his little castle and he's the ruler of his kingdom, but you know, he's just kind of locked up in his castle up high on a hill. So maybe he has power, but is this power real? Is it just in his own mind, perhaps? I don't know. Will the people follow him? That is the question. He might be a leader, but will the people follow? This one is the Hierophant. Okay, this might trigger some religious folks, but that's all right. To me, the Hierophant shouldn't symbolize authority. Like, why would you ever put power in authority? And I think this just shows the crumbling of the system. This system has to come down. We can't keep putting our power into priests to tell us what Jesus or God says, you know? We have to like go inwards and find our own power and burn down these old systems of control. That's the feeling behind that one. Like I said, I'm skipping around. This is the Chariot. That is me. This is a picture someone took. Right. This is moments before I just completely obliterated my wrist. And I was down for the count for a long time. I had to have surgery. But I caught air, right? I caught air and I landed funny and I crashed. But to me, this was my chariot. My bike was my way of seeing the world, seeing nature. Right? Going out, I could go out into nature and just see all these different trees and plants and animals, and it was my chariot through the nature experience. So my bike is something that's very important to me. And this moment was very important for me too, because it really challenged me in a way I'd never been challenged before, to really step into my own power and not let circumstance destroy me, which it tried to do. Here's the Hermit. Let's show you the Hermit. I like this one. This is the Hermit. We got a wizard or a witch, whichever you prefer, with his staff and his crystal lighting the way. And we got some ships up ahead. I've seen one of these ships myself in 3D with my eyes. I was half in 4D, I would say, for certain reasons. But yeah, I've seen this ship before, and I believe it's 4D human technology. I don't believe it's ET. That's just my intuition. But yeah, this wizard is facing, coming out of his solitude to face the darkness, right? And this crow is helping him along the way. So that was my version of the Hermit. This is the wheel of fortune. And for this one, you know, I think when I think of the wheel of fortune, I think of time a lot. And so I wanted to show someone that's not bothered by time. This gray is surfing between 3D and 4D. There's no time in there. He can go wherever, whenever he wants. So this is like a message to all of us, is like, if we can get into that energy, then we can surf through time. We don't need to be bound by the laws of this cube matrix. That's crazy to think about. Okay, let's go with death. This one came out really well, I thought. Yeah, this is death. It's like a hellish landscape, I guess. And we got the Grim Reaper here, symbolizing change. You know, things are going to transform here. We got the dragon, who symbolizes fear, maybe. Dragons kind of evoke fear in the human psyche a little bit. And so that's kind of the embodiment of the death card, is that, yeah, you may have to go to hell, but you're not going to be there forever. So nothing's permanent. Everything changes. So why trip? We got the devil here. This one I may not be able to explain so well. I might get censored. But when I think of 2020, you know what I mean. I think of doctors violating their Hippocratic oath. A lot of them had no idea what was in the thing that they were promoting. They didn't ask any questions. They just went along with the mainstream narrative. They didn't inform patients of choice. They mandated this, and they forced it on people who were against their will. There was coercion, manipulation. They were incentivized to create dead bodies, to create statistics. And that's what they did. They got their money. And so when I think of the devil, this is what I think of. This is pure evil, in my opinion. And we don't have to talk too much about that. And then the last one that I have here for the tarot, I'm still working on it. This is Judgment. I'm still working on the cards. This one's done. But yeah, this is Judgment. This lady with her cats here is ready for whatever. You know, if it's Judgment Day, like, okay, bring it on. I'm not going to run from it. You can't run from it. There is no running from your judgment. So this lady's fully embracing it. And I salute her, because she has put her trust into the divine. Like, if this was supposed to destroy me, then it's going to destroy me, and I'll face it head on. If it's not, it's not. Okay, whatever. But yeah, that is my watercolors. I have a lot of fun with these. I hope you guys might be inspired by this video to grab a set of your own. Go on Amazon if you need to, or go to some craft store. And it's not expensive, and it's fun. You get your creativity out, and it's very cathartic. It's very healing to the nervous system, very soothing. And I just really enjoy it. So I wanted to share that with you. I know it's not going to resonate with a lot of people, but whatever, what can I say? Sorry. But if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Put your comments in the comment section. What do you think of the art? What do you think of watercoloring? What do you think of my interpretations of the tarot? I'd love to hear all your thoughts on that. I'd love for you to go check out Light of Riga, at Light of Riga is the name of it, and on Instagram. And check out Awaken to Ascend, where I do the blog posts and have some healings if you are interested. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for joining me on this art journey. I've had a lot of fun. I'm going to continue to do more art. And put your comments in the comment section, like and subscribe. Thanks guys for watching. Peace.